Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc717. We got the usual group of good-looking fellas. I'll give a hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media, Z Hendricks Brand, and of course, look up Country Air Official on Instagram, a Country Air Brand, on Twitter for Country Air. And I'll pass off to the senior official.
Hey, what's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was breakfast this weekend, fellas?
Yeah, breakfast was not really existent. However, we did have a damn good sandwich from a place called the Picnic Basket here in town. Looking for a good sandwich, my goodness. East Coast, good bread, great sandwiches. Trying to find anything comparable to that has been impossible
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But a place called the Picnic Basket. I went there, turkey, bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheese, bread. And this bread is like a loaf they give you. So very good. Wisconsin's version of a damn good sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you, man, it's the water. The water is just different. It's hard to get that same taste.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Zach, any breakfast for you?
No, not at all. Yeah, none. Oh wait, I got a steak and egg bagel. My bad. Sorry, I got something in my mouth right now.
All right. Mickey D's or just homemade?
Mickey D's steak and egg bagel. Actually, the day of our show, Val went out, came home with some breakfasts. First time in a long time, I think. I don't think they've had steak and egg bagels at McDonald's for a while now.
Yeah, no, they just came back, I believe, like maybe a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, definitely got one. It was banging.
Nice. Yeah, it's. I usually only do McDonald's breakfast, and since they got rid of the chicken biscuit, now that they brought the steak and egg bagel back, I might have to come back to it.
No onion, please.
I feel like I had something Saturday, but I can't remember. Sunday was a bit of a big mistake. Kind of forgot it was Father's Day and everybody would be out for breakfast. So first place we went to had a huge wait. Then we just ended up going to Perkins, had me a waffle platter, of course. Very delicious. Left me very full. Left with a piece of pie that I have not eaten yet because Father's Day. So later we grilled out some steaks, potatoes and broccoli. It was a very good Sunday. It's full of eating. Left me.
If we're talking about food, besides the festival,
Hey, we can always put over food. I mean, we put over the delicious tacos we had Saturday.
I was gonna say I figured we'll talk about that on the recap, but yeah, the Sunday, I found a tomahawk steak at Walmart, grilled that bitch up Sunday, bro. Had a big old steak for dinner.
Very nice. Oh yes, how was your tomahawk?
Dude, it was great. Luke has a Brock Lesnar seasoning, so I bought that for the tomahawk. I massaged it in the meat, all the good stuff, taking care of the tomahawk, and it took care of me when it was time to eat.
Very nice. Awesome. All right. Oh, wow. You know what also takes care of me? Those banger of the weeks. Perch. Yeah.
This week's banger of the week, talk about a windows down cruising jam, whether it's summertime outside having fun or driving or anything. Kicking it back to old school summertime. Matchbox 20, 3 a.m. Boom. Hit it. That whole CD is amazing. 3 a.m. was the most recent song that I heard off it. Yeah, gotta be banger of the week right here. The songs like original bangers that came out in my lifetime coming up right there. Yeah, the original. Mark down how many CDs you want to come in the mail, and they come in the mail.
yeah. Matchbox 20 was always in that little group of, 10 CDs for 10 cents or whatever. Yeah, they were always in that.
And I'm pretty sure we've got 2 copies of the CD because, yeah, it certainly was in there for many years. And yeah, just as good as a CD gets. One of my favorite front to back. Like as soon as I had a CD player, that was one of the few CDs in there, instantly. So 3 a.m. banger that will survive forever.
Nice, nice, nice. Very good. And hey, why don't we keep it going with things that survive forever? Wrestling. What do we watch this week, boys? Zach, what you got?
I have been watching a lot of Money in the Bank.
It seems
Prepping up for
appropriate
the
regarding the season.
yes, sir. Watching all the old ones. Who can forget Money in the Bank 2011, where Punk left the company? Um, just seeing it's crazy to just like see over the years, like Money in the Bank and how these guys started off, like who they were and where they are now. I mean, Roman Reigns was like so new, and now like he's the guy. Um, them coming in and trying to help out Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns, and another one, and the Usos coming out. Um, I mean, all the Money in the Bank matches are always fun. It's always interesting. That's always like another one, like the Royal Rumble. You want to know who's going to win Money in the Bank because it's almost guaranteed that might be another world champion. Not all the time now, but most of the time. But other than that, did I watch any other wrestling or just? I think I was just watching a bunch of different Money in the Banks.
All right. Perch, what have you been watching?
Man, that AEW last week was something else. Start to finish, Adam Cole coming out and challenging MJF. Um, that was a good match all around. Great storytelling. Love just the way they had time to let everything breathe. Before he knew it, the match was over in a time limit draw.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, that was very good ending. Very good ending.
Um, yeah, for us pro wrestling fans, uh, can enjoy that all day long. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, we will definitely touch on that later, I'm sure. But yeah, that was definitely one of the better endings to episode of wrestling that I can remember in recent memory. Very recent memory.
um, catching that CM Punk promo was awesome. Seeing how the crowd reacted in DC and knowing that he was going to be there in Chicago in a few days, that was very cool. Uh, Sonata coming out, bring him
Yep.
out, bring him out. We just got addressed by the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion on Wednesday night. What a treat! It may go into work a little bit easier on Thursday after seeing some greatness, some people that you love and adore, and don championships across the world. Yeah, that was very cool. Sonata is someone I don't get to see all the time anymore for just convenience sake. So to see him,
Time. So much wrestling on.
come to the U.S. and to take over something that I do continuously, conveniently, catch throughout the week. Um, that was incredible. That was amazing. It's like you read about it in the comic books, and then it comes to life. Then you're watching a pack game, and this guy comes out and he invades the pack game and calls them out for the few weeks. So cool. I absolutely loved it. Jungle Boy accepting the challenge. I didn't know who it was going to be. That's going to be an awesome matchup. I'm
Yep.
really looking forward to it. And what a big opportunity for Jungle Boy.
Yes, I know some people are upset by the Jungle Boy pick. I am fully confident they'll have a very good match, and I think it is going to be very interesting with what they seem to be going with Jungle Boy. And you know what? I think Sonata's the perfect guy to lead him where he needs to be.
Oh man, I picture that snare drum, but then getting flipped into a skull ending. I just don't know what's gonna happen,
Yep.
but oh, I'm excited. I think that's an awesome matchup. I'm very intrigued. Sonata versus anyone, very cool. Jungle Boy, I'm looking forward to it.
Two very technically sound guys. I think it will be very. I think it will be much better than people are expecting. I feel we all had our dream picks. Mine was Penta. I wanted Penta versus Sonata. I was highly surprised by how soon somebody accepted the challenge. I figured it would just, at least go till the show day and then we'd get the, surprise music. But no, Jungle Boy accepting. I'm totally cool with that. I think it'll be a banger.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy not wasting no time. Think about it. World championship opportunities. Like, well, no one else is gonna say something.
Yeah, no, he said, I mean, it makes sense. He said he is going to win a singles title by the end of the year. So if somebody puts up an opportunity, why would he wait?
Yeah. And that's gonna be a banger of a match coming up sooner than we can imagine.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, looking forward. Like Forbidden Door was looking good, but they are adding things. They added a bunch, Wednesday that got me super excited.
mm-hmm.
Tanahashi challenging MJF. I expect that'll be very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Um, and then we had a little AEW collision on Saturday. Um, man, Buddy Matthews against Andrade.
That was the only match I've seen. All I've seen is the promo and that match, and I am very satisfied.
Wow, that's a match.
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Really enjoyed. Really enjoyed watching them put that masterpiece in front of everybody. Yeah, very fun match to watch. Um, Sky Blue and Willow, the New Japan Strong Champ, teaming up and taking down Tony Storm and Ruby. Um, Fun match too. Holy smokes, Sky got some big ovation.
Yeah, Sky.
He
I,
third.
to quote Jason Klein, I think she's over like Rover. That match Wednesday with Tony, the singles match was very good, and then yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard really good things about the tag match.
The code blue she hit was as solid as I've ever seen. Devastating, beautiful, good ending. CM Punk, great promo to start, coming out with the shoes, the atomics. Very heartfelt. You tell he's speaking from the heart. To see him match up against Joe, out of this world, with Switchblade and Juice and FTR in there as well. That was great. I really enjoyed. Phenomenal match. Great post game speech by Punk all around too. Um, yeah, people wrestling and doing their job with their emotion and giving it everything you got. You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I feel my opinions of it. I think it was very much from the heart promo, but as somebody who didn't come up on the rise of Punk, I feel yes, it was from the heart, but that doesn't mean I enjoyed it. It's a weird position, I think. And hey, listeners, comment down below if also you missed the rise of Punk. Because it's for me, like, yep, he said his piece, but I'm still riding with them Bucks. They changed it in their Twitter bio. Had this been 2018, we would have made a counterfeit Bucks shirt. I probably would have bought that. But yes, it was a very from the heart promo. But I'm still riding with the Elite.
I too missed the rise of Punk. I was flipping through stations at the time and knew he was, the man. But
Same.
I did go back to see him with his return, and I made it to the United Center a couple of years ago, and had to experience it firsthand. And after feeling that, whoa, that's
Yeah.
a powerful emotion. If that guy can garner that, I'm on board. And especially coming from the Midwest, Milwaukee, CM Punk helped pave the way, riding with Prazak and Adam Pearce, Ace Steel, Mid American Wrestling. Yeah, I've got mad respect for anyone who helped pave the way and
Yeah, he's
make
definitely
the
somebody
roads.
from our territory who made it, and very
Yeah,
thankful for that.
yeah. So that being said, if he can do it, we can do it. So yeah, I'm on board. And nothing against the other side, the Young Bucks, all for them too. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
They if they didn't raise modern day wrestling to the next level.
Yep.
So yeah, love it all around. Good people. Love to see them have some good matches together too. Holy smokes, it's some good emotion. hate each other in the ring. Go
Yep.
back.
Hopefully down the
Make
line we get it. Yep. We get it down the line.
good pro wrestling.
For me, since we kind of talked about Dynamite and Collision, I'll talk about Rampage. Because I did watch that. That 6-person tag with Ref Aubrey and Karen, very fun, very fun. It was exactly what it needed to be. Papa Briscoe just being a dad was awesome. Sunning Lethal and Jarrett. And Aubrey manipulating the refs because she knows how it's done. Was very fun. But yeah, just very fun match. Taya and Trish. I guess this was Taya's heel turn. I guess. We're big fans of Trish Adora on this podcast. We stand Trish Adora. But we are also big Taya fans in the Madison Simmons household. So happy to see Taya doing her thing. Looks like she's not going to use Rhodes Valhalla anymore, which is sad. She did challenge, or Statlander said she will put an open challenge out, and Taya is welcome to accept it. So looking forward to that. Chaos versus UE. UE just puts on, I think, the best 6-man tag matches, because that one was excellent on Friday. Jeff Cobb, Kyle Fletcher, and Ospreay. Cobb just doing his thing of tossing anyone and anybody in the most ridiculous ways. I want to say he caught Rocky Romero out of a Rana into like a powerbomb, popped him up, caught him belly to belly suplex across the ring. Rocky's feet never touched the ground. You should not be able to throw grown men like that. And then the main event, Keshida and Bandito. I feel like maybe this was probably their first meeting. Looked like having a little trouble gelling in the beginning, but I think once they got past Bandito's stalling suplex, that match was just straight fire. Those guys really tore it down. Like you said, lots of what Perch loves, lots of emotion in it. I love sexy villain Takeshita in the all black. Big fan. Love the new Titantron with him and Callus as what are they, Minotaurs, or the one where the horse bottom human top half, shooting arrows, very like a Renaissance painting. Very good. Had me dying. But yeah, great weekend. And the other things I watched, we will talk about in a little bit. But enough with the history that we will surely know will last forever, because it'll be on streaming platforms. Why don't we talk about the wrestling we did this weekend? Perch, you were kind of everywhere.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. Started out with a wonderful show. We had wrestling at the Elks. I'm trying to think, was the second wrestling at Wednesday? Was it last Wednesday or was it the Wednesday?
Yeah, I believe it was last Wednesday.
Yeah. Did we talk about that one on the pod yet?
I don't think so.
It was a random Wednesday show.
Don't worry, we got one next week.
Yeah, and I love it. My goodness, how fun is that? A Wednesday show. We had it in front of at a school with it was like a camp with kids. They were going nuts. 3 matches, balls to the wall the whole time. Matt Nix and Storm Grayson teaming up against who is it? Hartenbauer and the King, who I think is Merle's relative. The guy helped.
Oh, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch. Yep.
Mitch.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
I
King.
can't remember his last name right now.
Good homie, good dude, good heel. And it was fun, great match. We had Mile High Magnum in there as well against Jackson Larkin. Yeah, that was fun. The girls,
Beefy guys.
we had and a great match with Jason Midas on the outside as the heater. It was fun. And then we had Laney Luck against Blair, against Leslie that was in town.
Okay.
and a fun match. And yeah, it was great. The kids went nuts. They loved it. Everyone enjoying the entire show. Just fun pro wrestling for people who really enjoy pro wrestling, and it's the purest of the pure. And yeah, I mean, it hits on a different level. It makes us appreciate where we come from and what we do and why we're doing it. Uh, and yeah, to hear the kids just going nuts, it's the best. Yeah, we played for everyone on the way back, and that was a packed auditorium. And then ended up having a show Friday, which was great, which was at the Elks Lodge, hometown. Talk about getting in touch with your roots. Another good one. Just a great feeling. Students who we train with were on hand. Um, Good homies helping out the entire time. It was an all women's show. Melanie Cruz was in the house. I made my entrance with her every opportunity I had. I'm a big fan, and it works out where I get to referee the matches that she has. She was like the first one to ever special request me, so without question, I
Big
stick with
fan.
her, keep her safe. She's taught me a lot inside the ring, and it's always a blast working with Mel. And Stacy Shadows was in the house as well. Um, yeah, just a real fun time. Um, Ended up having Mel against Davidson. Fun match. Mel ended up hitting the big boot. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Finale. Fatality. And then Paloma was in the house. She had a match against Tootie Lynn. However, Tootie wasn't there. So we did a count out, 20 count. And I don't really have much of a voice afterwards. But Paloma won. And our best wishes to Tootie. And the next match was Melanie Cruz against Paloma. They brawled throughout the entire Elks Lodge. It harkened back to the old school days. Um, yeah, very fun. Enjoyed that one thoroughly. Um, Paloma ended up getting the win, a quick pin out of nowhere. And then Paloma took on Brooke Tanner in the finale. And Paloma ended up winning. She's the Brew City Wrestling Women's Champion. I didn't see what happened the next night. I was not there. But we did have a good time, a little camp time, a little in-ring time, some plotting and scheming with the TAU. Good homies. They're always hard at work.
TAU #1 fan over here. You, we will be the first. We will be the first wrestlers to specifically not request you for a match, Perch, next time we wrestle them, because you can't be trusted, obviously.
Yeah, impartial, right down the middle. And then yeah, really fun time. And then the next day out to Chicago United Center, first opportunity to help out with AEW for Collision. I got to be there on hand, just learning, taking notes, studying. Was an absolute blast. Um, yeah, some fun times. Got to see how things work. Um, Shout out to Brainbuster. Got to see him. Homies earning opportunities. Got to meet Speedy for the first time as well. Another great photographer. Um, Good people all around, and and they really do a good job, really preserving the history and the moments in pro wrestling. Ryan Loco was there as well. Another guy who amazing photographer. Um, yeah, great time. Good people all around, um, and a fun time. First of hopefully more opportunities in the future. Ring of Honor was doing everything, so I got to be there and help out with people harken back to the old days. uh, Had an absolute blast. Fun weekend. Good learning.
Good shit. Congratulations, brother. Zach, congratulations to you on a proper Mondo Lucha debut.
Oh, well, thank you. Yep. Taco Fest. Finally got to do a Mondo show where I got to wrestle like a legitimate match. Not just one, we had two.
Yes, we did. First show, it was Yo Mama's favorite tag team, Country Air, versus Aesop Mitchell and Nell Dillinger.
Yes, sir. Um, we opened up. We got to be the first match of the show, first match of Taco Fest. Open up with a bang. Nell and Aesop didn't seem like they got along. Might be some tension from previous Taco Fest. Who knows? But didn't matter to us. We got the W.
Yes, we did. Good match. Crowd was super hype. Tacos were super delicious post show. Lady came through and we had most of our tacos over by the water. It was a very nice experience.
Oh yeah, great time. All I forgot to vote for the tacos, but it was hard to choose which one was the best. They all were very good.
I did Reds, I believe was the name of the place.
I heard like a lot. Like some people I worked with, they like were they had some tacos there, and they like put over Reds.
Yeah. That was the ladies' influence. I thought they were good, but mostly K Dot. Very happy that they had flour tortillas. So they got the W from her. So Reds. And then second show, it was Yo Mama's favorite tag team once again versus Fred Goldstein, and I always forget his name now.
Bruiser Bastion.
Bruiser Bastion, that's what it is. Yes, versus Bruiser Bastion. Red Goldstein. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be. Bruiser Bastion, an old school classic wrestler, but only recently showing up in Mondo Lucha. These two guys are, ones we had to take care of. And I think we did just that.
Oh yes, sir.
Um,
We were able to once again secure a W, by any means possible.
yep.
Some people might not like it, but we won 2-0 Mondo Lucha. I'm undefeated.
Yep. And you know what? We
Doing
had
well.
such a good time. We decided to stay out there for the next match, which was the Beast versus the man with $1 million smile, Joe Alonzo.
Well, Beast, we were just ensuring that the Beast would. Joe Alonso's been a homie since day one. Just want to make sure the match would go right for him.
Yeah. Joe Alonzo has, looked out for us on multiple shows. The Beast is a bit of a X factor. He comes to the ring with that chain, and you refs just let him do what he wants. So, we had to be the equalizer for the chain. That's all we were there for. It's just stop the chain.
Yeah, just making sure Joe had a fair match. Joe's. I don't know when's the last time Joe had some title, some gold. We're just trying to make sure Joe Alonso looks all fresh.
Yep, doing the best for the homie. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the Beast is on that Mitchell report. Gave us 9 body slams, which I think is just excessive.
I mean, one would have been done. Like if you give me one and say get out, I'd be, you know what? That's fair.
Yep. And
Nine.
he then proceeded to pull some chicanery and unfortunately came up with the win on the homie Joe Alonzo. Joe was not happy. And you know what? We weren't happy either.
Yeah, we left with Joe, but just in different areas, different cars.
Yeah, we're totally cool still. Totally cool still.
Totally friends. Um, I mean, I know the Beast does a lot. I mean, hell, everyone talks about Dan Perch, one of the most professional wrestlers. Beast had issues with Perch.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't think we're in the wrong at the
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, it was a very fun day over at Summerfest grounds at Taco Fest. After that, I did stop by the Brew City show that was going on to also watch the TAU homies and watch some of the younger guys in Glass have their matches. Some good stuff. It was what Yeti and Dis versus Hua and Sean, and there was also Luis and Josiah versus Brock Hall and Miles
Mason.
Mason, I believe is his last name. I feel like I'm just being generic and feel like there's 50 billion Miles Masons, but I'm going to say it's Miles Mason. Yeah, two very solid tag matches. It's good to see the young ones coming along. Hopefully they continue to get out on the road and get more experience so that they can just continue to get better. They've gotten a lot of praise lately. I just want to see them continue to grow.
Yes, sir. Yeah. They're doing the right things, and yeah, just want to keep, like how you said, them keep doing those right things, and we can still be a pain in our ass as a tag team.
Right. Um. Yes. Sorry. One moment. Okay. Yes. Let's. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart there for a moment. Oh, hey. Why don't we just move on to the topic for the night? We've alluded to it a couple times throughout the show, but last week Dynamite had a banger of an ending with all the chaos that is building to Forbidden Door. And then Friday on SmackDown, finally, main event Jay made his choice. And has left the bloodline with Jimmy, and they have, once again, somebody has turned on Roman. Unfortunately, that guy just can't catch a break. He's really the victim in all this, I know, but sad to see. So I asked the fellas, I want to see maybe if there's some recency bias or does nostalgia hold true? Was the endings of Dynamite or SmackDown better than the November 15th, 2001 ending of SmackDown? Which, that is a very specific date to throw out, but that is the one that everybody remembers. Jericho, Austin, Rock, Angle, Big Show, Kane, Undertaker, Rob Van Dam, Shane, Vince, Booker T. That is where everybody comes out and just has a finisher fest on everybody, which I found out was actually leading into Survivor Series of that year. And then that Survivor Series would lead into the beginning of the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. As I just continued watching earlier today. So, Perch, what do you think?
Yeah, I like good endings, and when it's one thing after another and you don't see it coming, it's amazing. And the way this AEW ended the other night was incredible. One person after another. Eddie Kingston coming out, place going nuts. By the time Will Ospreay came out and drilled Kenny, took him out. I mean, it was amazing. Uh, Takeshita and Kenny going at it. Uh, I mean, good feuds. Really enjoyed. Um, didn't know who was going to get the last laugh, and really enjoyed seeing Will Ospreay do something as simple yet meaningful. And the way he looked afterwards was so damn cool. Because he was just piercing through Kenny. Like, he came up short, so he wants to deliver as much, ill will on Kenny Omega as he can to beat him. So yeah, that was great. He got his, took the opportunity. Really enjoyed. Um, but no, there's nothing that compares to that fireworks show of that 2001 SmackDown. That's like you're watching a fireworks show and you're waiting for the grand finale and you think that may have been it, but no, there's more.
It keeps coming.
And
Keeps coming.
you think that may be it, but no. And then you realize there's still more coming. Yeah, that moment gets me hype all the time. Some people drink Red Bull. Just give me that clip, and I'll be hyped up to do anything. So yeah, great call with this topic. Really enjoyed the you're out of the bloodline, and so am I.
Yeah.
Um, although I haven't seen it, but I've heard it. I've heard through the radio, busted open and everything. Um, and the clips multiple times. So again, I watch wrestling about exclusively, but I listen to a lot of stuff too, and that's a clip that I've heard on the radio many a time. So
Yeah,
just that impact is amazing. That's
yeah, that
great stuff.
that sound bite is a good
Oh,
one. That sound bite is a good one.
is it ever? You can feel the emotion. You can feel the story that they're painting. And yeah, incredible. Was that Roman standing next to him?
Yep, Roman right
No,
behind him.
it was Roman who took that shot.
Yep, it was. So it's
I heard
you're
Solo took
out,
one.
I'm out too. Super kick to Roman.
Boom.
Solo sees it, throws the line at Jay. Jimmy super kicks Solo.
Bam. Double
Roman's
super.
on the
Both brothers.
ground. What would you do? What do you do? Gets up angry, charges them, double super kick Jimmy Jay back down, knockout
On who?
on Roman.
No shit. Roman
Yeah,
got
so
that dub.
Roman caught two. So yeah, he
Oh,
caught one
he
from Jay,
got
and then he
up.
caught a double from them both.
Damn, that's intense. That's a vicious, like,
And I don't remember who said it, but they said it right. Roman got up like there is no way you just super kicked me. I'm gonna go over there and give you some stern words. Double super kick.
wow. That's great. Even just, like I said, consuming wrestling, even hearing you tell me that story, that's one of my favorite ways to consume wrestling. Because we paint a picture in our own head
Yeah.
about moments that happen. I always ask people about their weekends and how any pro wrestling show was, and tell me the story because that's just as fun to hear. So, hearing you tell me that's great. That paints a whole nother layer that I didn't see.
Hopefully, I did not give away my answer.
It goes to show the different ways we consume wrestling garner different emotions within us. So yeah, I love to hear about good moments, and yeah, incredible.
Zach, your thoughts?
Uh, I think I'm gonna go with Perch and say like I don't think it. I think it was great. I mean, I didn't watch Dynamite. I won't have access to, and I've only heard about the SmackDown. I actually did forget now that you brought it up. I did watch the Bloodline storyline on YouTube, and if you have patience with commercials, then like this is the thing for you. Just know, like every 3 minutes, there's a commercial break for
Unless you
two
pay for
hours.
YouTube Premium.
Yep, but 2 hours every like 3 minutes.
Oh,
But it tells a great story. It ends like but it only ends with the leading up to the Sami Zayn stuff, like before Mania. It doesn't show anything after Mania. But I think it's. I mean, back then there was more star power. Like every guy who ran out was a bona fide Hall of Famer, bona fide world champion in 2001. I think being younger, you felt more into the story. Like I did believe WCW could take over WWE.
yeah.
Now, when you think about it as an adult, you're like, no, all these shows happened on Raw and SmackDown. What were
Yeah,
you
there's
thinking?
no way it was happening, really, but you believed it could.
Yeah, like
You believed Shane could take over.
yeah. So like those aspects. But then we talk about like with the bloodline, like this story has been legit building like since the Thunderdome.
Yep.
Like
For
since
three
like Bray,
years, baby. Like at least 3 years.
yeah, when Roman came back and like told like he didn't do the Mania show, but he comes back and after Bray Wyatt, who was the Fiend, who was arguably one of the biggest things then, and just right through him and Braun Strowman.
Yep.
So I mean, I would say the Bloodline story for me at least is in like second place. Uh Forbidden, like the lead up to Forbidden Door is gonna be dope, and I'm gonna be there this Wednesday to watch it live with my some family, so I'm looking forward to that. But I mean, I feel like with Forbidden Door, like it's dream matchups, and there's a few matches you're not sure who's up, but there's like, the stories we're going with. Where like back then you weren't sure. Even now with like WWE and the Bloodline, I feel like everyone's like, oh, yep, this is the time. Yep, this is the time. Yep, this is the time. How many times has like it been the time for Roman to lose the belt? And every time you think it's about to happen, they keep adding layers to the story. So, I mean, 01, it can't be topped. I think what the Bloodline's doing is definitely like something that's going to be hard to beat, especially like in future time when people talk about wrestling.
Yes, true. So I will give away some behind the scenes. I watched most of that episode of SmackDown. The at least the full last two matches, which was Tajiri and Tori Wilson versus William Regal and Ivory, which was very fun. And then the tag match leading into the brawl, which was the Rock and Jericho versus Austin and Angle. It had the video package promoting the Survivor Series match, which definitely got me hyped. Also, I watched it with the lady. This was her first time seeing this, so I also got to see it with somebody who's watching it for the first time, and her excitement did help. Very good. It hits the same as it did then. I watched Dynamite. All the stories weaving together. The brawl breaks down. Eddie comes to make the save. Jumping on Claudio. Moxley pushes him. They're boys. Bucks come and hit Moxley. So Eddie pushes the Bucks. He's not there to save the Bucks. Takeshita or Omega coming to make the save. Takeshita coming to beat up Omega. Omega getting back up on top. Dive spot. Here comes dive spot. V trigger spot. Here comes Sneaky Will Ospreay with the hook kick. And then beats down Omega. Yes, does the stare in the corner. He's got a very good mile-long stare. Just staring daggers into Omega. Amazing ending. But I've said it since day one. It was going to be Jay. Main event Jay is going to be the one to dethrone Roman. And while, SmackDown has the nostalgia plus the surprise of, you didn't expect that to happen. Dynamite this week has a surprise of you didn't expect all that to happen. I didn't expect Eddie to come back. I definitely didn't expect Ospreay to show up. But the catharsis of possibly being right about Jey Uso, without a doubt, tops it as right now my favorite moment. It may change in the future if Jay doesn't take it off Roman, but I have been waiting for this moment for 3 years. Just the build of anticipation, the delivery of the promo, the first super kick, and the second super kick to Roman. Just chef's kiss. Doesn't get any better. Gonna tell my nieces and nephews about this that your uncle was right. It was Jay all along. Like 3 years I've been waiting for this. Like I said, the surprise, the star power of SmackDown is hard to beat. I just watched it today. Young Jericho, six-pack Jericho, freaking Kurt before all the neck surgeries. I think he only had one neck surgery at this time, so he completely mobile in his neck. Rock before he became two of them. Austin still able to move pretty limber despite the two braces. Young Big Show. American Badass Taker, my favorite Taker. Great moments. Like I said, the interweaving of the storyline on Dynamite was beautiful. To just lead into like what's going to happen on Forbidden Door. It wasn't even the go home show, so like I can only imagine how crazy this Wednesday is going to be. But 3 years of waiting for this moment, it can't be topped for me right now. Right now, that's the best wrestling moment I've ever seen.
You're the main event Jay.
Main event Jay. I've called it since day one. Super excited. Enough of me gushing about how awesome Jey Uso is. Let's start winding down. Why don't we talk about what we got coming up this week? Zach, we only got one.
Yes, sir. We got a light one. We are going out to Janesville Wrestling No promotion we helped out. I would like to say with the tag division, we were in the inaugural tag championship match. We did not win it, but none to fear because we are coming back for those tag team championships. This Saturday, we're going to be wrestling for the belts against new time. We've known them for a while, been on shows with them, but first time matchup, Alpha Zeta Alpha or
Alpha
Alpha
Zeta
Zeta
Zeta,
Zeta.
close.
I don't know, whatever.
Alpha Zeta Zeta. Yep. Hans and Adam. Looking forward to it. Yep. First time matchup. Happy to be back at Janesville.
I have a fun story about Alpha Zeta Zeta. When we were helping out at the uh, NWA,
Mhm.
one of them, I don't know which one of them came to watch the show. I think they probably bought a ticket, like to help out the homies.
Yep.
But every time I looked at him, he would just do like a double point, like one forward, one back, like the hey, hey, and we always say hey, like every time I looked at him, like just a nice, weird, creepy smile and a double point to me. I knew from the get go they had beef, so gotta take it
Austin,
out on
not
them.
Adam. And Austin, not Hans. But Hans was the one that was there.
Hans,
Yes, I believe. Hans, I'm like 90. They kind of look alike.
yeah,
You know, they could probably pull the twin magic like we do.
they could try.
Ours is better.
I would say like there's only one way to do it.
100% success rate. Never been caught.
Yeah, like it's until you get 100% like us, let's not even talk.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't
looking
think the
forward to it.
Caribbeans can pull off that.
Yeah, they can't. Not with Skinny Manny.
Oh, not at all.
Not with Cruiserweight Manny. Perch, what do you got this week?
This weekend coming up, we'll be with Game Changer Wrestling. Go to GCW for Chicago, Talia Hall Friday night. It's going to be a banger of a show. Arez will be in the house, taking on
Just
Jet
watched him
Carter.
do something crazy on Dreamwave this past weekend.
He's out of this world. So we'll be in Chicago on Friday night, 8 o'clock on Fight TV. The next night, we'll be out in Huntsville, Alabama. And that'll be at, I think, 8 o'clock at night, maybe 7 o'clock on Fight TV. That'll be my first time ever in Alabama. Looking forward to it. There's a crew from New South that runs down there. It'll be nice to meet those students and a few of the referees over there. I think Ref Jesse is from New South. Ref Allison, I believe, as well. Good
I believe
homies.
she's down there.
Good homies. Looking forward to going down to Alabama. And then the next day, on Sunday, 5 o'clock on Fight TV, GCW against New South. That'll be fun. That'll be in Florence, Alabama. So Chicago down to Huntsville, down to Florence. So 3 shows, all on Fight TV, and should be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. Good people all around. Studying, learning, working with different people in different territories. The Mid-South is a territory that I've read about, heard about. Very intriguing. Learning a little bit of the East Coast over the past year. It'll be awesome to experience some Southern pro wrestling this weekend. Right from Chicago with a good start in the Midwest and a
Working our way
wild
down.
and then to experience some Alabama pro wrestling. Really looking forward to it.
All right, and with that, I think it's time we take it home, fellas. Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
I do not.
Perch, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I watched the Evil Dead movie the other night, and that movie is incredible. Great horror movie. Had to tell somebody. It hits on all levels.
That's okay. Thank you, because that actually reminds me, because I have been to the movies a bunch lately, and I keep meaning to bring it up, but I haven't brought it, but I keep forgetting. That is also what I've watched. This past weekend, I saw The Blackening, a movie by a lot of Instagram, Vine, TikTok personalities, little comedic horror, surprisingly good. Had me worried in the first 20 minutes because it felt like it was leaning towards all the good jokes were in the trailer and I was sad. But when it picked up, very good. Very good, like thriller horror, very good comedy. Highly enjoyed it. Then maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I saw Shin Kamen Rider, which is the Kamen Rider that is directed by Hideaki Anno of Evangelion and Gunbuster fame. It was Evangelion Kamen Rider for better or worse. I really enjoyed Nigo as a rider. Ichigo was basically Shinji. Fight scenes were badass. The Hornet villain gave in that fight gave awesome Kill Bill Volume 1 vibes of the bride versus Lucy Liu's character. I can't remember her name right now. So that fight was awesome. It just it was, you could tell it was an auto work, but really enjoyed it. If you like Toku, I would definitely recommend that. Actually, both movies I would highly recommend. If you like that genre of comedy horror that's like a Zombieland, Blackening, it's great. Definitely recommend it. But otherwise, everybody be safe. Take care of yourself. We love you. Go ahead, leave it in the comment. What do you think was the better ending of the show? That SmackDown in 2001, Dynamite, or SmackDown this week? Also, like I said, if you were somebody like me and Perch who didn't watch The Rise of Punk, let us know down below and how you feel about this situation. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.
Yeah.